What's going on, everybody? I wanted to make a video talking about the 10 things I've learned from YouTube. Some of the life lessons slash YouTube lessons, just some things I've learned from making videos and from viewing videos that other people have posted as well. And so it's a video I've been thinking about making for a while, so I hope you guys enjoy it. The first lesson I learned from YouTube is to have a plan. Now, what I mean by that is you want to think about your branding, you want to think about the content that you want to put up on your channel, and you want to make sure that something that falls in line with your channel name, with the idea that you have for your channel. Now, that's something that I've had to learn from, because when I made Be Active Life, I really liked that channel name and I like the concept I have for it. However, there's a company that has a trademark for Be Active, and to be honest, I had no idea. I didn't check that. I had never heard of the company when I made my channel name. Now, it doesn't matter a whole lot because, for one, I'm not selling anything, and for two, it's in a different space. It's not, that company doesn't make products in the, the outdoor community, so it's not a big deal. And also, Be Active Life is 3 words, and my channel is about being active in your life, pursuing the things you like, the things you want to do, particularly in the outdoor community. So that doesn't matter a whole lot, but it's important to think about those things when you're thinking about making a channel or when you're developing your own ideas. Now, the next thing I learned from YouTube is don't take comments personally. Now, this might seem like something that is a given, but I think it's really important to really in your life, just if someone doesn't like something you've done, or they express some kind of negative comment, or maybe they say something negative to you, you have to think about that as constructive criticism. If we're talking about YouTube, you have to not let yourself get too involved in what someone else says about you. You really can't, you just can't get caught up in that. You have to be comfortable with taking criticism and be comfortable with the fact that not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. You're just there to do you, and you should do yourself as best as you can and not worry about necessarily everything that people have to say. So just don't take comments personally. Don't take them too literally. The next one is to be yourself and be genuine. I think this is really, really important. If you're making videos or you're putting yourself out there to other people, it's always important to just be genuine. Be yourself. Yes, it is a little awkward to talk to a camera as I'm talking to a camera with you guys right now, but you should just remember that this is a vehicle to talk to others online. So the camera that I'm talking to it's not a person, but it's not a person directly, but indirectly you're talking to others. So you should just be yourself and not try to be something that you're not. And it's really important. It's going to show up on video. It's going to show up if you're being fake, and it's just something that's really important. The next thing is to build a following and friendships. Now, if you're making a YouTube channel or a website or something along those lines, it's really important to build a following. So you want people to continue to like what you're doing, to continue to watch what you're doing, consume what you're doing, the things you're putting up online. And one good way to do that is to start to build friendships with others on YouTube or whatever thing you're doing in your life. If you're trying to build a following, other people that follow those people are going to say, hey, he's friends with this person, maybe I should check out their channel. Or they're going to start to notice your name in the community or the space that you're in. And so it's really important to just develop friendships with people. Another way to do that is to interact with others on your videos, mentioning people in your videos, talking to the fans. They have comments or questions and they mention something in the comment. Well, replying back to them and just building a community on your channel is really important. My next thing that I learned from YouTube is to spend your money wisely. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let's take in the YouTube sense, and specifically in the outdoor world, which is the space that I'm pretty much in. We're surrounded by things and channels that are constantly putting things out at us, like, okay, here's this new knife or new flashlight or a new backpack that I got and it's really great, and I really like it. Or here's this gun that shoots really accurately and it has a good following. You know, this is the next best thing. We're constantly being bombarded by things that we may not need, but we might want. And I think it's really important to think about what we actually need and the things that we're going to actually enjoy, and also to think about what we can actually afford. Many of us are guilty of overspending, and I just think it's important to really try and grasp that concept that you don't need everything, and you should try and think about what you want and what you're going to enjoy, and what you can afford. Now, in the YouTube sense, this kind of also branches off into, if you're going to have a channel or you're going to start a channel, you're going to need to buy some things to start it. You're going to need a decent camera. You might want to get a microphone that records audio. You might want some lighting and things like that. And I think it's just important to be wise in what you're buying for your channel, and to be realistic in knowing what you're actually going to need, and how much you want to actually put out there. How much money you want to spend, the risk versus reward, because what if you're not successful, or what if you don't enjoy doing the YouTube thing as much as you thought you would, and then you made such a big investment on all that equipment and you're not even using it. So I just think it's really important to spend your money wisely. Now, the next thing I learned is to have goals. Now, with a YouTube channel, it's really important, I think, to look down the road, further down the road, and see where you want to get to, or what would you like to achieve with your channel. This is important just in any part of life, and I think that if you can get the bigger picture in your mind, and then you can start taking smaller steps to get to that point. So in 2 years from now, how many subscribers do you want to have, or how big do you want your following to be, or besides that, what kind of videos you want to put out, what are some of the things you want to teach some of your viewers. And then you start to plan out, okay, tomorrow I need to do this, this, and this, so that I can do this next week, so that I can do this down the road to get to that point. So it's important to take steps towards what you want to achieve with your channel, and that works just in regular life, guys. It really does. So have goals. I think it's also important to have fun. Now, not everyone is as happy-go-lucky as others, and not everyone has as much fun in life, but I think it's important to have fun in what you're doing. So if you have a YouTube channel, you should have it in something that you're interested in, something that you can have fun doing, because life's too short to not have fun. If you're not having fun doing it, then why are you doing it? And I think that's important. It's important to enjoy what you're doing to a certain extent, as much as possible. The next thing I learned is to impress yourself and not others. Now, what do I mean by that? Because in the YouTube sense, that's kind of like an oxymoron. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that if you get caught up in the impress others type of idea, to where you're only making a video for someone else, you know, you're completely looking at not what you feel like making, but what you to say, okay, whether my viewers are going to like this video, or whether the people that watch it are going to like it. You're not really trusting yourself. You might have a really good idea that you're excited about, you want to get out there. It could turn into something great, a great video or great lesson for others, but you're kind of afraid to put it out there because you're afraid of what others might think. And I think it's important to think about the things that you want to do and the avenues you want to go with your channel, so that you can actually get that stuff out there and not only worry about what others might think of what you're putting out. So impress yourself and not others. I think that's really important. The next thing I learned is don't second guess yourself. This kind of goes along with the last thing I talked about, because if you have an intuition inside of you, you have an idea you want to get out there, you have a video you want to make, you have something you want to talk about, something you want to put out on your channel, it's not always going to be something that everyone's going to like, and it might not be the popular thing to put up, or it might not be, you know, I sort of lost my train of thought there, but it may not be something that would generally be liked by everyone. However, if it's something you feel good about putting out, it might turn into something that everyone likes. It might turn into a great video, or it might just be something you want to put out there. And so I think it's important to not second guess yourself. And if you have an idea for a video and you think you should put it up, then you definitely should. You may not have a chance tomorrow. So the last thing is, don't sweat the small stuff. This is, again, common sense. I think with the YouTube thing, there's so many things we can get consumed by with a negative comment, or whether we have as many subscribers as we want, or whether someone else is doing better than us in the same space or the same community, or there's a ton of little things that we worry about and think about, and it goes the same way in life. And I think that life is just too short to be worrying about those things. We should have fun with it. We should be comfortable putting out the type of content that we want, and life's just too short. It's too short not to do what you want to do. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that maybe you got something out of this. If you guys have any comments on the things that I talked about, please leave a comment below. Maybe if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. I do have some other videos. If you guys liked this one, I'd appreciate if you check those out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It is greatly appreciated. And if you like the video, I do appreciate if you like it. Thumbs up. You can share it if you have any friends that you might think would benefit from watching this video. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.